We're going to measure the area that we're going to install on. Then we're going to measure the awning itself, and certainly we make our calculation where these wall brackets they will fall. The most important thing is these wall brackets, they will fall on an area in between the end of the awning and the arm bracket, which we are going to show you in a later step. Now we're going to show you how we're going to install the brackets after drilling the holes as we explained to you. Marking our brackets need to be level, flushed with the lower end of the timber, and we need to make sure that they are right angle. So you tie them up and then you make sure that they are exactly right angle. Then you lock them up very well. Same thing on the other side. The first bolt, make sure you put the top board brackets and the second bolt. Now we're going to show you how to put the third bracket or the fourth bracket, which they are going to fall in between the first and the last bracket. So basically all what you need to do is to wrap a chalk line in between them on top of that lip here. Then all what you need to do is to align the third bracket with the rest. Once they are aligned, you make your marks, you drill your holes, and you fix your bracket. Stay where you are. Okay. Yeah. We need to make sure that the third one in alignment. And we need to make sure it's a right angle as well.
Going.
Once this is finished, we tie up all the brackets and make sure that they are fully tightened. What we need to do is to insert the bolts, which is M8 by 20. Into the back of the top cover, and that basically will joint with our wall bracket that we've done. Once we do the, let's say we have 3 brackets, so we insert 3 bolts, then we close the side end, or they call it end cheeks. Simple self-tapping or countersink screws. Got the channels there, just a simple half-inch screws, they will do. Once this is finished, as you can see, the 2 side ends are there, the top board is ready to go. We take with us a nut M8 and a spanner 13, and we lift the top board and we put it on the brackets, and we'll show you how. Put the top board, take it to the brackets where there is a hole down there, and slide the bolts, make sure it's gone through, then you put the nuts, which is an 8 nut, no washers needed. Make sure the measurement left, right is equal with your colleague. Then you lock it with a spanner 13. On the other side is not a problem, but you will find it very difficult for yourself to lock the bolts after installing it, and we will show you where. So highly recommended to be within the outside. That's the first and the last one. However, the ones in between, it could be if it's 3, could be one in the center. If there are 4, they will be divided in between this area. So you measure the awning, you measure end to end, you decided where the first and the last brackets are. You measure the area between the arm bracket to arm bracket, and you divided it by 3 to have 2 brackets in between, equal. I'm going to show you how simple to put a valance, and as well as show you how easy to change a valance. So as you can see here, valance will be slide in a channel, right to the end. Make sure that left, right, they are equal. Once this is finished, we're going to bring the end caps, which they could be a plastic end caps or aluminium end caps. We use aluminium end caps if they are powder coated, otherwise we use the plastics. Once they go in place, where here there is an insert, and we slide the screws just beside the insert. Not inside the insert because it will jam, beside the insert. We do that on both sides. Make sure that the valance is stretched. Sometimes they crunch. Just make sure that you pull them and they are straight. Now we're going to lift the awning to the brackets, push them in, simple as that, put the 2 bolts and lock them up. Let me just show you one thing before we start. The nuts will slide in a sort of a channel, so it will be self-held by the channel, and the bolt will be slide from underneath right to the top, as we cannot, after we put the blind, we cannot slide it from top to bottom. So we will show you how simple to put the awning straight to that. Avoid the valance from getting dirty or knocked out. Lift up the awning, hold the awning straight, go together with your colleague. Make sure you are together looking at each other, and slide the awning in place. Make sure that it will go right to the end. Make sure the bolt will slide from underneath right to the nuts. Once this has happened, ensure that the gap down here is equal to the gap down there. If you're happy with it, tighten up this bolt, and you can feel the bracket is clamping on the square bar till it's totally tightened. There is nothing, no movement at all. Do this with all the brackets.